Okay, anyway, I would like to continue and let's move on. So, dito, what is marriage basically? Before we really get into the meat of things, I mean, itong balance is still part of the introduction and I think it's the most critical. What is marriage? What is marriage? Basically, if you are to define it, marriage is basically a relationship between two individuals, separate individuals, different individuals, unique individuals. Okay? It's a relationship between the two. And basically, in this relationship, what puts them together is love. And more than this, they become one. It's basically marriage is a union of two separate, unique individuals who are in love. No? And I guess this goes hand in hand with what God intends. No? Okay, dito makikita natin from scriptures, no? By the way, I will be quoting scriptures every now and then. Pero huwag kayong mag-alala, hindi ito parang Bible study na lalabas. No? But basically, it is, kumbaga, this is where we are getting it from. No? So anyway, from scriptures, it says dun sa Genesis, which is the first part of the Bible, which is the first book of the Bible. It says in Genesis 2, chapter 2, verse 24, it says, "It is for this reason that man will leave his father and mother and be united to his wife, and they will become flesh." It will be a union of two individuals. They become one. No? Now, you know, it's just like this piece of paper, no? Two unique individuals. Makikita nyo? So, one, halimbawa, this is the example, this will be the woman, and this will be the man, no? So, ang mangyayari dyan, pagsasamahin. Because of marriage, they will become one. Two unique individuals becoming one. So, yun. Now in Matthew, another scriptural verse, it says na, Matthew 19 verse 6, it says, Jesus said, "So they are no longer two, but one. What God has joined together, let no one separate." So makikita nyo ang kahalagaan ng relationship nato. No? It's not just between two men, but with God putting them together. With God being in the middle. Okay, moving on. Marriage also involves, no, being or participating in God's plan for creation. God's plan for creation, meaning we participate. We do what God did as He created the world. We too will be creating life, no, through our union or through your union, no. Now it says in Genesis 1 verse 28, it says, "Be fertile and multiply. Fill the earth and subdue it. Have dominion over the fish of the sea, the birds of the air, the animals, the living creatures on the earth." So again, we are also being called to participate in God's plan of creation. Okay?
What do you think is the closest human relationship? Would you consider it to be husband and wife? Mother and child? Sa dalawang yan, pag-isipan nyo, ano kaya? Husband and wife, mother and child. Okay, here's the difference. Mother and child, you begin fuse as one. Diba? You have your baby in your womb, you're one. It's a relationship of growing independence of the child until the child is able to start his own or her own home. Marriage, on the other hand, is a totally different relationship. You begin as two separate individuals, and as you go on, you become more and more and more interdependent on one another. Kaya, ang lesson dito, huwag kayong mag-scrabble with a couple. Huwag kayong mag-charades. Couple against couple or singles against couple. Mananalo yung couple if they have a happy relationship. Do you see it na parang if that marriage is strong, nagiging one mind, no? They begin to complete each other's sentences. And kung you're playing games with them, konting clue lang, gets na kaagad. Gets na kaagad nung isa, no? So, those are very good indicators of what a good marriage should be. it should be fusing two individuals to become one.
Now, let's move on, no? Okay, just like the seasons. So, yung seasons in countries above the equator, no? The world, yung these are, sabihin na, halimbawa, North America, no? And the North European countries, no? They have different seasons, no? They have spring, they have summer, they have fall, and they have winter. Sa marriage, there are stages, no? There are stages, and perhaps we can compare it and say that there are also seasons in the marriage, no? Of couples, no? Yun nga lang, okay, I'm saying that there are 4 seasons of marriage, but kumbaga may caveat, o may parang disclaimer lang, o qualifier tayo. There are situations or there are marriages that are quite unique. And there are certain pressures that come with it. For instance, may couple dyan who come together wherein yung babae halimbawa is a single mother with her own child and she gets married, no, to someone who is single naman, no, single man halimbawa. So that is a different situation that is quite unique. Or it can also happen that it can also happen that one of the spouses sabi natin sick, no? So again, that it carries a certain kind of pressure to sa marriage. But if we are to look at sabi natin what's generally happening when two single people come together getting married, these are the principles kumbaga that we abide by, or these are the principles that we can look forward to, or that is happening as they interact, no? Okay, anyway, there is what you might call the spring season of marriage. Spring season of marriage. O sa Tagalog, tagsibol, no? It means na it's the start of new life. The spring. Ganun yan di ba? That's the time, like in the US, that will be the time when the snow is melting, no? And then the flowers are beginning to grow, they're beginning to bloom, the trees get their leaves back, no? And there are animals, no, who come out of hibernation, no? Makikita mo, there's a lot of life, no? There's a lot of life. Anyway, in marriage, ganun din. And if we are to put yung age or number of years sa season na to in marriage, that I can say na dito na nagsisimula, bagong kasalamang, they're coming together, no, and they're beginning to discover one another. Example, sa aming dalawa ni Berry, before we married, we were together, ligawan ko siya, it took me about 5 years, no? 5. So, anyway, as I said, so when we married, during the first months of marriage, na-realize ko, may mga bagay palang nalalaman ako about Berry. Now, which I took for granted, which I never knew. For instance, I would be going to her place very often. More often than not, doon ako kumakain ng dinner. Bakit ka mo? Masarap ang pagkain. Masarap ang pagkain yan. I have to hand it to her mother. I mean, she's a very good cook, no? And ang sinasabi nga sa akin ni Berry, na during Sundays, laging tinatawag sila magkakapatid, especially the girls, no, to help the mother out in the kitchen. So, yun ang and I'm very proud. And sabi ko, I look forward to being married to her, no? Anyway, one of the things I discovered was that hindi kagalingan magluto ang asawa ko ng time na yon, no? So, sabi ko, yun, yung kinakain ko sa inyo, especially Sundays, very special meals yan. So sabi niya, oo nga, natutunan ko kasama na, pero gayat ng sibuyas, ng kamatis, siya nagalinis ng mga plato. Asang nagkukok talaga yung mama niya. So wala ko siyang gana, wala ko siyang interes na magluto ng time na, okay, sige. So anyway, another thing I discovered about her was that dahil hatid sundo yan either sa trabaho, ihatid siya, no, ng family driver nila. Ako naman susundo sa gabi. So hindi ko na-notice na hindi pala siya nagpa-public transport. In which I realized na nung we're living in hindi pala marunong sumakay sa jeep, sumakay sa taxi, sumakay sa bus, no? Very uncomfortable siya, no? And then she told me. Okay, so this was another discovery I had. Isa pang discovery was that at least yung family setting, sa family nila, gustong-gusto nilang merong regular family reunion sila. Okay, hindi lang, yung talagang linggo-linggo, no? Hindi talaga yung not only in special occasion, pero linggo-linggo. Gusto ng parents niya na nandoon lahat, siyang sila magkakapatid eh. So, multiply that with their spouses, so 18 plus their grandchildren. So, easily, nasa 40 sila. Ganun karami yung ano nila. Yung clan nila, yung brood nila. So, anyway, at first okay lang kasi syempre there was good food. But, you know, kung gagawin mo to week after week after week after week, medyo sawa. Especially yung aking background naman kasi, kami, yung family ko, ilan lang kami, 3 kami magkakapatid. Yung isa nasa Canada. No? Tapos yung parents ko at that time nasa probinsya. So it's basically ako at yung kapatid ng babae. And so we hardly see each other. We just see each other on Christmas, during summer, sa fiesta sa probinsya, and then kung birthday ng parents ko. That's it. Anyway, so basically these are things we were discovering about each other. No? So the greatest need for the couple during the springtime of marriage is basically accepting the differences of each other. No? Kasi may mga bagay na acceptable, yung okay lang tanggapin, may mga bagay na medyo questionable, medyo kasiwakan na makita ng ginagawa ng spouse. That's one. So that's the springtime of marriage. Period of discovery. Another is that, the next season is summer. O yung tag-init. Basically, summer, what happens during summer? It is a very active time. Diba? Yung summer, kung anong ginagawa natin, usually go on vacations, no? Either we go to the beach or to places that are very comfortable, no? Baguio, for instance. I mean, if you are here, no, locally. So, and now if we are to project this in a marriage situation, yan ay tipong mga 3 years married na, yung couple, 3 to 5 years married. At anong nangyayari dito? Usually, dumarating na yung mga anak, no? You have your firstborn child at that time. And so it becomes very active. Kasi dati-rati kayo lang mag-asawa, now you have a child to care for. No? Okay, ano pang nangyayari dyan? Dahil sa bagong anak yung halimbawa, yung misis mo, so much time is allotted to the child's care. Imagine, especially kung nagbe-breastfeed pa yung asawa mo, so breastfeed, palit ng lampin, palit ng kung ano, no? So, talagang ang focus is really on the child. Ikaw, I mean, as a husband, ang mangyayari is that of course, kung ganyan ang family situation sa family, sa loob ng bahay, then of course, you still have to work, di ba? So, it's either your family, your newborn child, and then your work. Ganon, that will be the vicious cycle that you will find yourself in. Okay, anong challenge sa time na to? It's really husband and wife time. Yun ang matcha-challenge doon. And we have to recognize this as spouses, especially for the men. No? Challenge yan.
Yung next season naman ay autumn. Sabi ni Dodge, taglagas. Kasi nalalagas ang mga, parang siya lang nakakaintindi ng taglagas. Bisaya. So anyway, sa autumn, ano yung nangyayari sa family? Ito ang time na yung mga anak, teenage. Tapos yung mga parents, medyo papunta na sa menopause, andropause, gano'n, no? So ano nangyayari? Napaka-volatile. Ang sabi nga sa book, there are hormones flying all around. Example, ngayon siguro meron kaming part 1, part 2 ng family, no? So ngayon, yung aming part 2 ng mga boys, talagang hormonal. Yung nakikita mo, number 1, ang lalakas kumain. Number 1 kilo, nako, kung hindi mo tabihan yung sarili mo, mauubusan ka ng pagkain. Isang manok, swerte ka kung makakuha ka ng isang thigh o isang leg. No? Ang lalakas talaga kumain. Number 2, para bang ang dami rin nilang changes. Siyempre, parating, ewan ko ba, sa pagkain nagkakain ka. Sasabihin ng isa ko, yung ilan ang kinain mo na pakpak? Ilan kinain mo? Ako nakaano lang ako, mag-iwan ka naman. And if you don't watch it, pwedeng mag-flare up yan, no? Tapos, nag-away na. Yung dinner nyo, wala na.
si Rana, no? There are really hormones flying all around. What is important at this stage? You two kasi with your husband, kayo rin, nag-transition kayo, no? This is the time na lalabas na yung first illness, first sickness, high blood pa lang. Ako, ang nangyari sa akin, wow, may lung problem pala ako. Lalabas na yan because of the nagpuyat ka sa anak, nagtatrabaho ka, kayong dalawa, rush ng rush, hindi na kayo makatulog ng okay, no? So, this is the time na talagang lalabas yung illness. Ano ang dapat gawin ng mag-asawa? Find time together. Kailangan talagang kapit-bisig kayo sa isa't isa. Meron kaming experience, no? Doon sa aming set 1 na mga anak, girls, medyo iba pa, no? Yung aking eldest girl, nako, napakaligawin. Ang daming nangliligaw, grade 7 pa. Marami nang nangliligaw. Forever yan. Parating, napaka-friendly, gano'n. Ako naman, hindi naman ako ligawin, no? So, para bang natitrill ako sa kanya, so I empathize with her. So, yung that time na nagsiset kami ng rules, si Dodge stricto. Gusto niya, hindi, once a month lang, may pupunta dito na lalaki. Ako naman, ano kung may, sa week 1 lang, may gusto nang dumalaw pero hindi pala niya type. Tapos inaantay niya sa week 3. Yung week 3 yung type niya. Naka-oo na siya sa week 1. Paano yun? Ang labo naman, no? So, ako, in short, ako ang naging abogado ng aking eldest na kalaban namin si Coach. Parang ganon. I really regret that. Because, up to, for a long time, hirap na hirap kami to set the rules with that child, no? Ang layo namin, nag-aaral sila sa Makati. So, lahat ng friends na sa Makati. Kami nakatira sa Muntinlupa. So, ang uwian niyan galing sa party, dadating, gusto mo, 1 o'clock. Hindi mo, 2 o'clock, 3 o'clock. Tapos, at first, hindi nga ma-impose yung rule. Kasi ayan na naman, nag-aabogado na naman ako. In contrast, nagkaroon with our second set, wise na kami. With the boys, may talaga kami, parang teamwork na kami, teamwork. Yung transition naman ng boys from 4th year to 1st year college, no? Yung aming son, one of our sons, is very confident, no? Tapos dun sa school niya, feeling niya, wow, top 20 naman, galing niya sa school, he had good grades, no? Doing very well. Yun naman, pagdating sa college, totally different system. Maraming subject matter, hindi niya alam, pero feeling niya, smart pa rin siya. Anong nangyari? Wow, first sem, ang kanyang grade point average was so miserably low. Alam namin, galing kami sa school na yan. Kung lagpak ka, ha? Lalagpak ka. Hindi, easy lang, hindi. May banda pa siya, nagbabanda-banda, nagkaroon pa ng girlfriend, cool daw siya. So kaming parents, united kami, grounded ka. Di ka makakalabas hanggang itaas mo yung grade point average na yan. Yan na lang ang pamana mo, yung education mo, itatapon mo pang ganon, grounded. No questions asked. Wow, siyempre, ang dami nagsigawan, madrama. In short, ang dami naming drama about that. Pero united kami, kapit-bisig kami. Hindi, you follow the rules. Alam mo, pagdating nung second sem, nakabawi. Hindi siya lumagpak. Hindi siya nag-pass out, no? And because we were so focused na you get your grades, you do your grades well, thank God, by the time he graduated, mga 0.2 short of cum laude. So, it's really because Catholic basic kami, no? Now, there are also for those who cannot have children or do not have children or are waiting for children, there is also the special challenges of this time, no? But it is just as important for both of you na kakapit-bisig kayo at this time. Yes, the last part is winter. I have no translation for what winter is. This is the time that children leave home, no? So, may nag-asawa na, may nagka-college na, hindi na nakatira sa bahay. Hindi naman, kung isipin nyo, akala nyo winter, naku, malungkot. Hindi naman talaga. Number 1, hindi na ako nag-tutor. Number 2, malapit na, 1 month, 2 months na lang, hindi na ako hatid sundo. Hindi, he will learn na kasi our youngest should have learned how to drive in 2 months. So, siya na ang puutusan. Siya na ang magdadrive sa palengke, sa grocery. Hindi na kami yung driver sa bahay. So, those are the perks, no? There are times, let's say, sa food. Kung we find ourselves, kami na lang dalawa sa bahay. So, titinginan kami. Kakain pa ba tayo? Magluluto pa ba tayo? Hindi na. Sandwich na lang. Okay, di sandwich, no? There's a certain freedom. There's a certain, it's a new time. It's a new period. And for us, this was when we discovered doing, working with couples in marriages. Ewan ko ba, I have people that we relate to, and it just so happens na they come to our house and like yung isa, friends of ours, no? OFW, ang mother, so yung isa na widow ng maaga yung tatay. So they don't have a good idea of how a marriage should work. One of the learnings kasi, one way that you learn is just by seeing how people do it, no? I mean, you can study how to use the cell phone for a long time, but unless you actually use the cell phone, you won't know how it works. So it's the same thing with marriage, no? Unless you see what a solid marriage is, it's hard to get into it easily. So that's when we realize na, no? Parang my parents were holding hands up to age 87, 88 when my dad died. Nagbibiruan. You can see that they had a good relationship. His mother died early, and the father also had a solid relationship. So, sabi namin, these are things that we have learned, these are things that we have imbibed. So, why not share it? So, one of the things that we did in between marriage courses is we sit down, we coach couples about to get married, and we run through a 10-week and just discuss the principles just so that it will not be a shock to them once they actually get married. The greatest need at this stage is really that you have a shared life. The problem is when you don't have a shared life, this is also when marriages will break up. If you find out that the kids have left, the kids are gone, and then kayo na lang dalawa, wala na kayong mapag-usapan, wala pala kayong anything in common, this is when the marriages break apart. Okay. Sige, meron pa pala. There is, can you, next slide please? Okay, take it out, yeah. When do marriages break up, no? You know, it's not because a man caught a woman playing around or vice versa. It's not one big event. It's not. It's usually a long list of hurts that were never addressed. Up to the point na ayaw nang mag-try yung isa. Yung napagod na ba? Tama na. Yung alam mo, if you will remember the line sa Marcos era, tama na, sobra na, palitan na. Parang you get that same feeling if you have not addressed issues and began to share a full life at this time. Okay, this is that poem, no? Last 4 lines, English major kasi ako. Ito lang ang time na magagamit ko itong poem na ito. Ilan na lang kayo, please. Last 4 lines. For when love dies, it is not in a moment of angry battle, nor when fiery bodies lose their heat. It lies panting, exhausted, expiring at the bottom of a wall it could not scale. In other words, talagang napagod na lang. Last footnote on this. It is unfortunate that we've had friends who have separated. Clue, when? What is a clue? You know, when they are no longer intimate with one another. Yung parang, oo, it begins to show kung hindi na sila, when they're no longer having intimate moments, no? Yan, clue na yan. Clue na yan na nag-drift apart na sila, no? And at one point, if one does not address it, mapapagod sa kakahintay yung isa.
Would you believe, maniniwala kayo kung sabihin kung ako'y sumulat ng poem? Apparently hindi, which is good. Anyway, one more thing, no, about why marriages break up and the challenges of marriage at this point. You know, yung consumer society natin today, hindi ba there's such a thing as parang na-develop itong throw-away mentality natin. Throw-away mentality. If you are to look around, say in the supermarket, you look at certain products like halimbawa non-alcoholic beverages, no? Yung soft drinks na lang. Makikita dati, ano yan, nakalagay sa bottle yan, no? Bottle na after drinking you return to the store, di ba? Usually yun. Ngayon makikita mo, they come in Tetra Bricks or Tetra Packs, something na after you consume it, tapon, di ba? Tapos yung iba naman, yung either in aluminum cans, after finishing the drink, tapon. So, in the same way, appliances. If you were to look at it, electric fan, alam mo, simplest of appliance. Electric fan, hindi na dati-dati, I remember yung mga blades ng electric fan, metal yan eh. No? Parang mas malakas daw, no? And they put in a very strong electric fan engine, so motor, and then parang malakas ang dating ng hangin. Today, anong makikita nyo? It's made out of plastic. No? At tapos kung continuous use yan, pretty soon, nagsusunog na yung motor and then you have to have rewound, no? Ganun yan. Cars, for instance, ma-notice nyo dati-dati yung mga metallic bumpers na nakalagay dyan. Pero ngayon, mga polyurethane o urethane bumpers na, bagaan. And then the engines, although they shrunk it, o nilita yung engines ng mga cars, matutulin, malakas, but it doesn't last. And anong mangyayari dyan? Tapon. Computers, ang bilis ng obsolescence, di ba? After so many, 1 or 2 years, may bago na lumabas, and then what do you have to do? You discard what you have. So, yan ang throwaway mentality. And sadly, this is being carried sa relationship. Sa relationship ng mag-asawa. Somehow, yung mag-asawa, today, oras na may masaktan, yung isa hindi alam po anong gagawin. Why? Kasi yung iba, may defective model. Meaning, when I say defective model, sino ba yung pinamamarisa nila? Parents nila? Yung iba, buti kung laging maayos yung samahan ng magulang. Chances, kung halimbawa hindi kagandahan, yun ang model na nasa isip nila. And sasabihin nila, pretty soon, if I go through the same situation of pressure, pwedeng bumigay, no? Pwedeng maghiwalay yung magkasama. So, yan ang mga challenges, no? So, you have to consider na yung sinasabi natin earlier na yung union between two individuals. Isipin nyo, di ba kanina sabi ko nga ito, this is the man, no? This is the man and this is the woman who have been put together, who have been joined. Imagine what happens kung halimbawa maghiwalay. Ganito mangyayari dyan, hindi na sila buo. Maghiwalay man sila, hindi na buo, hindi malinis yung cut. So, really, yung marriage natin is something that needs to be preserved despite the pressures you are going through. Okay? So, now, at this point, I would like you to get into our next exercise. Next exercise. Okay. Working through pressures. Again, you have 5 minutes to talk about it, no? Ayun, baka duda ko, baka hindi marahil mag-smile, but medyo may pressure ng konti. But reflect on what you have heard so far. Discuss the pressures you've surpassed together and the pressures you are currently facing. Okay, alam ko, medyo may kabigatan ng konti, but at least one pressure, again, let the wife speak, no? After speaking, let the man speak. No judgments, no? Makinig lamang kayo kung ano yung sinasabi ng asawa niyo. At least one pressure lamang. We have 5 minutes for that, 2.5 minutes. Bob?